والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Live from the Hood Blockumentary series. We in Price Hill, Crack Hill, what they call it, in front of my auntie house. She gonna kill me if she find out that I came over and shot a video and then come in and say hi to her first. But inshallah, we gonna, we live around the corner from each other, so see her all the time. But we on Winfield. What's going on? What's going on, Tony? I know you're gonna catch this. This my auntie house. It's another integral part of who I am, where I grew up. When I was young, when I was like 19, 20 years old. I moved out here after bouncing around a whole lot when I got kicked out of my mother's house in Mount Healthy. So, I was just running the city, going wherever I could to hustle. And this one of the places where I landed up. I ended up linking up with my older cousin from Westwood. He used to live in Westwood and Price Hill. But, they've been right here. My cousin, my auntie and them, they've been right here for almost 30 years. And, they was here. We came out here on the hustle tip. I got to give a shout out to all my guys from the crack. These the realest dudes that I know in the whole entire city because they, this is my adopted hood right here. They gave me a lot of love from the jump. A lot of them didn't know me, but they knew my little cousin. That's like my little brother. Me and him had some hard times together, right here on this street. When he was young, he was 14, 15, 16 years old. Out here running around with me. I was 18, 19, 20 years old. He out here running around with me and a few other older guys. But that's my little brother. Me and him we used to share the same pack. We'll have 1 gram, 2 grams of crack. We'll be sharing that same pack just to make sure we get something to eat just that day. And we was hustling so hard like that, just trying to come up. My auntie, she asked me, she was like, boy, she said, Mel, where you staying at? You be over here enough. I was like, I ain't staying nowhere. At that time I was sleeping in buildings and stuff, literally. I had a few spots I used to hustle out of when I was young. I was just now starting out hustling. So, only had a few grams. I ain't had too much money to my name, nor did I have a name out here hustling. So, I was sleeping in the hallways and buildings, and it wasn't because I probably couldn't, buy me a hotel or nothing like that. I just ain't want to miss no money. So, I slept inside of the buildings where I hustled at, trying to catch every $10 to $20 lick. Me and him, we used to walk around Price Hill early in the morning, in the middle of the afternoon, late at night, all trying to hit some licks. I'm talking about trying to get every little penny. We used to walk to rallies up the street here on Glenway and share a cheeseburger and some fries. But I'll take y'all on a tour to the hood. This is where we used to walk around right here. Everybody used to post up right here. This the block right here. It died down now. I was gone. This was all 10 years ago and stuff. So this is all 10 years ago. So things have changed. Guys got older. They living in different places now, doing different things. Mashallah. A lot of these houses right here was abandoned houses. We used to pick up inside of these abandoned houses and do stuff we weren't supposed to be doing. But at this point in time in my life, this is where I had caught my this is where I had caught my my run in the streets. When I got locked up when I was almost 22 years old, but I caught my run around this time, and that's gonna be my focal point of this video is entrepreneurship. I went so hard. I was out here a whole lot. I was all over the city, with a few grams, and then my name got out there. Then I started making a lot of money. When I started making a lot of money, my pack got bigger. So when my pack got bigger, I needed to expand. I was based in Westwood on Harrison and Hansford, Talbert, Baker, Roberts, You know, that whole area, even parts of Fairmount. You know, we had that whole area. Me and my guys, we had you know, the pack got bigger, so you know I had more drugs than I actually had demand, and I knew in order for me to make a whole lot of money, I had to expand. It was a rough time for us on Harrison because we came at a part where guys, there wasn't nobody over there. You know, I kind of opened it up in that little area. There's a few guys coming back and forth, but I opened it up as a stationary place on Hansford, and we just kind of sprawled out from there. But it was some other guys that we had trouble with because we were short stopping the licks. Because on Harrison Avenue, coming up the hill, we on one part and they on another part, so we catching all the licks before they get up to where guys was already set up at. We had a lot of beef with them dudes, so I wasn't interested in shooting all them dudes in order to get some money. I wasn't really interested in that. I was more into getting the money, so I had to go. I had to use my brain on how could I sell. What I was doing was, when I started out small, I was saving every little penny that I had. I wasn't paying no rent at that time. I was staying place to place. I was staying with it was my cousin's spot that we had over in Westwood that we was cranking out of, and he was just really trying to hope. He was really in hopes that he'd get in on the hustle tip. So he used to just let me, lay up over there every now and then. It really wasn't no big thing. I wasn't paying rent. I wasn't his roommate, none of that. So I was just kind of here and there. I had a few girlfriends and stuff, and they used to go lay over their house. That whole type of thing. But I was, I saved, so I was able to save a lot of the money. I took care of the bare necessities. I had a baby at that time, so of course I used to, peel her mama off here and there. But I was all in my emotions, and I was mad at her mom, so we ain't talked that much. So what I'm trying to say is, I was able to save up a lot of my money. So I knew that, one of my older dudes had told me that the more pack, as long as you got pack, you'll always have profit. So, I kept stacking, and the more I kept stacking, the bigger my pack got. I just kept buying more and more and more, and just putting it up, and then coming outside, and I was noticing that guys that ran out at certain times, I had it, so I was catching some of their licks. I was always on the clock. I wouldn't turn down $20. I'd drive across town, literally. I'd drive from the west side of Cincinnati all the way to the east side of Cincinnati for $20, and then come back, and then they call me again. I'd go back for another $20. So I was doing that a whole lot. So when I was doing that a whole lot, my name got out there, pack got bigger, and I needed to expand. Hustling. So that's where all my homies from Price Hill came in. That my cousin, they was younger, and he had his crew. They all grew up together. They was younger too. So they put in a lot of work, and they helped me get to even a bigger pack. And when I got to the bigger pack, I just had to keep expanding, going to different parts of Cincinnati, mainly New Thornwood, Westwood, Price Hill. Them was the areas that I was in. So how the dope man used to go, I don't know how it go now, but how it used to go, you first start out selling grounds, for some guys, from some guys, and then you'll go out and you'll sell the grounds. So then after that, that all ended up changing. Once I started to make a little bit more money. I was able to buy cocaine and cook it up myself. Next thing you know, I was the guy that was selling the grams. So when I became the guy selling the grams, I had to spread out all over the city. Now, my point in saying all that is, it took an amazing business mind to try to do something like that, because the average, it was a few guys out here that had that. I can't say a few. It was a lot of guys out here that had that mentality where they would be able to be slick with their hustling. They be able to go on this side of town, go on that side of town, serve this guy, serve that guy, and those guys will serve other guys, and then the drugs hit the streets where the people who use the drugs, they'll be able to use it. So I was one of those young dudes that was able to figure that out. So I missed all of that, sitting back after I did that 9 years in prison, just trying to figure it out. I was preparing myself every single day for when I was going to be able to come home and what I was going to do when I come home. I've been home 15 months now, and I'm still working on my business plan, and that's going to launch real soon, inshallah. But the business plan came from a business mind frame that I had. Is what I want to relate to all the brothers that's out here that's in the hood and they hustling on a day-to-day basis. I already know that the standard's been set high with each other, that ain't nobody gonna come out and get a job working for $9, $10 an hour. I did, and I have, because I already experienced being in prison for a decade and losing my life to that. That was just devastating. So it's hard to get out in your 30s and have to start from scratch without nothing. So I know guys aren't going to, for the most part, get a job and work for $9, $10 an hour. They have to get their own place and can't really pay the rent. Still got to buy a whip, and then they build a lifestyle selling dope and everything. I know that's not going to happen. So the point of this video, what I want to bring up is, and what I want to stress is, when I was out here and I was pushing grounds all over the city, I'm talking about, I was riding to the far outskirts of the suburbs and coming right back to the base inside of the hood. And I had people coming from Indiana, coming from Kentucky, coming to buy dope. That was a business mentality that I had, and that's the same difference that I want to share with the brothers. I know a lot of guys out here that's hustling. I know y'all got a whole bunch of money. I know y'all sit on a whole bunch of money. It's easy to get, and it's out here. So with it being easy to get and being out here, if you already got it on deck before you catch a bullet, before you catch some time, some serious time, because if you making serious money, you're gonna catch some serious time. If you wanna, we need to open up our own businesses. You can sit on that money. If you'd have made $10,000, or you'd have made $5,000, I don't care how many $1,000 you made. If you'd have made about that much, then you think we should move, because I probably can't hear me under that lawnmower. But if you'd have made $5,000 to $10,000, then if you'd have made $5,000 or $10,000, you can put it in your shoebox, in your drawer, over your girl house, or wherever you stash your money at, and then you can get you a job making $9, $10, $11, $12 an hour. Sit down, put your business plan together, and then take your money and invest your money into opening up a business. Now, I will say you do have to worry about some tax issues, because you just can't take a lump sum of money and then just go buy something and open it up. Definitely not advocating that, because the feds love watching my videos. So not advocating that anybody launder money, but I am saying that you will have a cushion, and you can sit down on that cushion and be cool. And if you do work $9 to $10 for an hour, you can exercise a little bit of patience. And if you stay on that job for 6 months to a year, or if you just stay working inside of that field for 6 months to a year, you can build yourself up to about $12, $13, $14 an hour. When I first got out and I was working, I was making $8 an hour. I only been out 15 months. As a matter of fact, about 4 or 5 months after I came home from $8 an hour, I jumped up to $13 an hour. Now it's up to $13.50, and it can still keep going. But my point is, and then what I want to focus on is that a hustler is an entrepreneur. A hustler is a businessman. If we have to, in order to sustain our living, to sustain being alive, in order for us to survive, we have to learn to convert that same mind frame that we have to sell grams all over the city, to go to Mexico and sneak a brick in, or have a female that's conspiring and she helping you out, and she's stashing a pack inside of her crib and stashing money inside of the crib, or whatever the case may be. If we can take all that energy, and it's negative energy. We can take all that energy and we can put that into, using this female friend or this woman that we got on our side to open up a building or bob some of these broke down houses and fix them up. Take that $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, put it inside of there and flip the house. Or take the building, just own the building, sit on it, and wait till somebody come and ask you to rent the building out or to buy the building. It's the same difference, just like we did inside of the dope game. Buy low, sell high. And I want to stress this point because the economic system out here is very, very, very racist. It's an extremely racist economic system. And I can't say it's that blatant racism inside of the economic structure inside of America now, but it just wasn't built for blacks to be a part of it. And that's how you got the hood, areas like this and a few other areas like y'all seen me do inside the videos. These areas have been bereft. They're financial deserts. These used to be sprawling white neighborhoods. Y'all can see how big the houses are up here, but they haven't been maintained, they haven't been upkept because those people once left, with the whole white flight thing, they left and went other places once black people started to migrate to all these types of neighborhoods and those resources that the well-to-do people had that used to live inside of these homes. Like you can see this house right here, that's a big house right there. That's a really big house, but over time, if it's not kept up, then it'll wither away, just like how you're seeing that it is. They're starting to rehab the houses in the hood just a little bit, and it's actually a primary project that I'm working on, a house rehabilitation initiative. But it's for the city because I'm a firm believer that just because we live in the inner city and it's maybe a lower income community, that we don't have to endure the drugs, we don't have to endure the dope selling. Any of that. We don't have to endure any of that type of stuff, inshallah. But my point is, we don't have anything coming as far as, we don't have nothing coming as far as us getting a handout or any form of reparation. We got to do it on our own. And this is one of the ways that we can do it on our own. We can put our minds together and put our resources together on our own and buy back, literally, like Rick Ross said, buy back the hood. One house at a time, one building at a time, one street at a time. There's a lot of guys out here that's wasting money in the strip club and wasting money in buying women Gucci bags and buying them Chanel shoes and red bottoms and stuff. We're spending a lot of money on these types of things. All that money could be spent way better by putting it into assets and securing our wealth for the future. And we don't have to get out here and risk our life on a daily basis, shooting at each other, catching prison time, long prison sentences, and just dying over here, man, taking these types of chances for this little bit of money. Because when the feds come, it's complete tax evasion. If you slick and they can't catch you on the hustle, they're going to get you with tax evasion if you get money like how you say you are. If you get money like how you say you are, you ain't got nowhere to put it. And the feds know that. You don't have a bank account, you don't have assets or anything like that that'll protect that money that you get. It happened to me. When the feds came and got me, they took everything. They took all my money. My car, I ain't have no cars, a lot of cars, but my clothes and all that, they took every last bit of it. And there wasn't nothing I could do about it. They told me to file some type of tax form, and the tax form was supposed to be able for me to be able to prove that I made this money in a legal manner. So I couldn't do that, obviously. So they took my money and everything that I had worked for. It was a wrap. I was over with. So I spent 9 years thinking about it and saying to myself, what can I do different when I come home? One thing is definitely reach out to my community and share some of that knowledge that I stumbled across in that 9 years of going to prison, and then be an example myself. Inshallah, in the next year or so, I'm gonna be opening up my own business, and I'm gonna jump out here. I was scared to do it because I don't know anything about the business game. I don't know that much about owning a business. I ain't never owned a business or anything close to it. And I know that's the fear that a lot of people have out here, is that they've never been taught that kind of thing. They haven't inherited anything. They don't have any role models that's doing these kind of things for the most part. So it's kind of scary. And if you sit down $10, $15, $20,000, you don't want to just waste it on a business opportunity. But really, I'm here to tell everybody that it's the same logic. If you go out here with, right before I got locked up, I lost a whole lot of money. I'm talking about a whole lot of money on some bad dope. I went and bought a whole bunch of dope, brought it back to the house. So I'm finna cook up all these ounces. I'm finna flood this little area where I'm at this moment. And the dope was bad, and I lost out on a whole lot of money. That same mentality, that same fearless mentality that we have to get out here and buy some guns and get out here on the block and be willing to shoot and kill each other, or to go and buy half a brick or a whole brick, and you miss out on $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 if it's bad, or if somebody rob you, if the police jump out on you. You got to take that same mentality and apply it to the entrepreneurship game. We can do it. We have to do it. And if anybody's interested in putting together this wealth pool that I keep posting about on Facebook, inbox me, reach out to me, and we need to put our minds together, put our heads together, and buy back the streets so that we can live safe. Because guys of my age, I'll be 33 on the 1st, inshallah. I got kids that's half my age. I got children that got to live out here in these streets that, you know, bullets is flying left and right. I'm not a child like I was before that was throwing the bullets. You know, I'm a grown up that has children out here, and you know, sometimes they can't ride up and down the street to be able to ride their bikes. A kid got shot when terrorists about 3 weeks ago in the projects. I shot alive from the hood front. I think the kid was just out riding his bike or something like that, and some fellas got to shooting, and the kid got shot. I hope to Allah that the kid is okay, but that's something traumatic. He'll never be the same. That's something traumatic that a 10-year-old would have to endure. But imagine what that's going to do to his mind. And inshallah, if he survives, when he get back out here, he gonna get more guns than you can possibly think of. He gonna put his whole arsenal together because he got shot being off guard. So he got shot being off guard. So when he'll get shot being off guard, that's gonna make him go get a bigger strap, get more guns, and feel like he got to go on the offensive, which is gonna make him a terrorist to his community. And sad to say, that's probably gonna wire him up to shoot somebody and die and go to the joint and spend a lot of time in the joint, or get shot. Them the only two outcomes when a person is enduring that type of insecurity. Just get shot at and put that inside of the individual's mind. I know it did with me, and I used to carry guns. I'm talking about everywhere. If I went to the bathroom, I had the gun sitting right there on the bathroom. When I went to sleep, you know, Allah forgive me, but you know, when I used to lay with some women, I used to keep the burner right there with me. And if they didn't like it, then you know, she can go about her way, and I'm gonna go about my way because I wasn't gonna get caught slipping. And that's not a mentality that we should have to endure. That's the mentality that we have to, in order for us to survive, because you know, it's literally a war out here. But it's not a mentality that we should have to endure. So with that, I want to say one last thing, and then I'm gonna close up. We have to make these initiatives about investing into our own selves, into our own potential, and believe that we can do so. Just like we believe that we can get that pack from coffee and flip it and turn it 1,000 times, and we actually do turn it 1,000 times, we can do the same thing with buying up buildings, buying up the property inside of our own neighborhoods, and being in charge of our own selves. And when we move like that, we can't lose. It's not as easy. Another thing I want to do, I want to emphasize is, if you're looking around, everybody, you can see that you know this is a bad situation, and it's not as easy as just move. Like a lot of people say, or just get a job, or just go to school. If it was that easy, then you know, to be a bootstrapper, like they say, you know, how come they gave a bailout to Wall Street? Well, Wall Street was broke. Wall Street was looking like it was going to be broke, and it was looking like the whole economy was going to crash because of Wall Street, and the stock markets went down, and everybody was talking about a recession. What the government do? The government went to their rescue and saved them, and gave them billions of dollars to refuel the local economy and let the money spread out. Well, where the bailout inside the hood? The hood's failing. It's poor. It's a recession inside the hood. It's been a recession inside the hood my entire life. And then they come in, once it's poor inside these communities, then they come in and put dope inside of the communities on top of each other. They know we're going to fight and kill each other over it because that's the only means to an income. Ain't no jobs around here. All the jobs in Fairfield and Westchester and Woodlawn and Sharonville, and a lot of brothers don't know about those areas, don't know how to get jobs inside those areas. And then once they do find out all this stuff, it ain't paying nothing, but they can sit right here and hustle and make in a month what a person might make in a year. It's very enticing, and they're just playing the game. That's why they call it trapping, because it's a big trap. They're just playing the game. They're sitting back, and they know that it's going to happen. And they're sitting back and watching this, and they're locking this up. Somebody's doing it. That's orchestrated. You can't tell me that that's just a coincidence, and that brothers is going and hopping on boats and bringing back tons of kilos of cocaine. That don't exist nowhere in no hood in America. I can tell you that from being in the streets. But just like if it was just as easy as everybody think it is, just get a job and just go to college and just work until you get everything saved up and all that, then why they give a bailout to Wall Street? How can they ain't tell Wall Street to strap their dress shoes up and go to work and save and go back to college? How can they ain't tell them that? So with that, I'm gonna close up. I think I see my auntie. I think she came outside. So I'm gonna go say hi to her before I leave. I appreciate y'all listening. Until next time, I think the next live from the hood blockumentary, I think I'm gonna do it from where I set my main base where I used to pump crack at. It was two places, it was in Westwood and in Norwood. Inshallah, they're gonna be the next live from the hood blockumentaries. If I said anything wrong, it doesn't belong to Allah and His Messenger, nor His glorious Quran and His perfect religion. And if anybody got anything to add to this video or anything that I said, please feel free to comment, inbox. Let's get the ball rolling on fixing our lifestyle and improving our quality of life. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله ولا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.